Shalom, shalom. Call Allah Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shah Bashim, Makakudash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone, and salutations to you brothers that's pushing this word in sincerity and truth. Alright, just a quick video. As you can see on the screen, this is from blacklistednews.com. And let's show you how, the prophecies line up about the actions of what certain governments are doing. In this case, we have an example of China beating their plowshares and the pruning hooks, okay, pursuant to the book of Joel, the 3rd chapter. All right, that says China releases fully autonomous killer robots and drones for combat. All right, now this is from technocracy news. It says thanks to China, the technocrat arms race for autonomous killing machines have accelerated as they proliferate their new weapon system to any non-Western aligned nation in the world. Okay, so China, in this case, all right, is creating different weapons, artificial intelligence type weapons, all right, and they have the power to export these weapons to these different countries that are deemed a threat, all right, by Western powers like Iran. Okay, you have countries like Yemen, Syria, Lebanon, even Palestine, because eventually those Palestinians are going to get weapons, all right, when this third world war breaks out. It says China is aggressively unleashing lethal, fully autonomous drones that can carry out targeted military strikes. A think tank has warned. The killer drones and pilotless aircraft fitted with AK-47. So these are weapons. All right, ultimately these can be turned into weapons of mass destruction. All right, the killer drones and pilotless aircraft fitted with AK-47 rifles are being exported to Asia, Africa, combat zones in the Middle East. China is unleashing lethal, fully autonomous drones that can carry out targeted military strikes. All right, so you know about them Moabites and them Ammonites. All right, in World War II, the Ammonites were having to kamikaze, which they took a plane and turned it into a bomb. Okay, where the pilot will ultimately he would die because he's flying a plane into a ship. All right, so these Moabites, you're gonna have weapons that can basically kamikaze style drones that fly fast, and they turn into bombs. Okay, and the Moabites they have the technology. All right, and basically the Babylonians. All right, the American Babylonian has funded, all right, and raised these up, raised these Moabites up, and it all was done through the elite. Behind the scenes, the elites are the ones that propped up China. Okay, it says he pointed out that drones, both large and small, are particular examples of a type of weaponry that is increasingly becoming automated. It says in the U.S., drones are capable of basic autopilot, performing simple tasks like flying in a circle and around the target, but China is being more aggressive about introducing greater levels of autonomy, closer to lethal use of force, he said. One example is a Blowfish A2 drone, which China exports internationally, in which Mr. Allen says it advertised as being capable of fully autonomy all the way up to targeted strikes. All right, so let's just get into this article. These drones are precision. Okay, they're precise. They can do a lot of damage. And I just wanted to bring this out. It says future warfare. According to the report, Zheng Yi, a senior executive at China's third largest defense company, said AI will be at the core of future warfare. So they're expecting to be artificial intelligence at the future warfare. Okay. It says AI systems will be like the brain of the human body, Zing said, according to the report. He added that AI may completely change the current command structure, which is dominated by humans, to one that is dominated by AI cluster. So, hey man, that's that's why this war, this third world war, man, it's gonna kill a lot of people. A lot of people gonna die. Um, so I got a few scriptures to bring out based on this article published February 11th. That's today. This is Joel 3:10, 3:9. It says, "Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up." All right, because all of these nations, and China and Russia supplying all of these other nations, all right, these other Gentile nations. All right, it says, beat your plowshares with swords and your pruning hooks into spears. So plowshares and pruning hooks, they are weapons of agriculture. Okay, but it says beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Now the swords and the spears are weapons of war. Okay, it says let the weak say I am strong. So by technology being created by the Moabites, all right, and these other nations, they're going to empower these other nations to come up, and that's why these red Hebrew Edomites, their foreign policy, they're losing. Okay, they're losing in their foreign policy because of the book of Obadiah. All right, let's go here real quick. That's what the book of Obadiah says. Obadiah. It says, Obadiah 1 and 2, it says, "Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised. The pride of thine heart have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks." And who dwelleth in the clefts of the rocks? You red Hebrew Edomites. That's where you came from. Whose habitation is high. And who likes to live high in these high-rise penthouse, over 20 story buildings? You Edomites, man. Okay? You dwell in the clefts of the rocks. It says, "That saith in his heart, who shall bring me down?" Because you look down and you say in your heart, who shall bring me down? Well, these other nations are going to bring you down. Because according to this article, they are creating something more autonomous. Okay, they have the technology. They have the technology to mass produce, and guess what? They have the power and they have the money to basically outfund you in the war. All right, that's why you Edomites, when you go to war, that's why what you're going to do to the Moabites, all right, is you're going to push pestilence over there in those lands. So a lot of those Moabites be put to death through the pestilence. Okay, you Edomites are going to be found to be behind that. All right, so this is Obadiah 1 and 3. It says, "The pride of thine heart have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his head, who shall bring me down to the ground?" All right, and that goes into you red Hebrew Edomites. So you're prophesying this thing is coming to pass. Okay, all of these nations are turning their agriculture economies into what? Military economies. They're putting their technology, especially the Moabites, the so-called Chinese, because guess what? They think that they're going to be in rulership next. That's why it says in Psalms 2 and 1, it says, "Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed, saying, Let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us." It's talking about the Israelites. All right, because basically what they want to do secretly to use this war that's about to come is a cover to exterminate the children of Israel. All right, so behind wars, there's wars behind wars. Okay, and Esau is going to use this third world war as an opportunity to have a genocide of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, but guess what? The Lord is going to have them in derision. It says, "He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh, and the Lord shall have them in derision." Okay, and what does the word derision mean? Because that's what the Lord is going to have them in, derision. Okay, that word is let me see. That word is la'ig, and it's a guy. Okay, It says to mock, deride, ridicule, to mock, deride, having derision, to stammer, to mock. Okay, having derision, laugh, mock. Okay, you're gonna be mocked at. Okay, you're gonna be laughed at. All right. Verse jump down. I'm gonna keep on reading. It says though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. If thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough? If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes? How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? Okay. It says, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. Yeah, because you got the Moabites taking your money, okay, and they're putting the money that they're making off of you that you bought, that you basically that they lent to you, okay. They're taking that interest in that money, all right, that you got to pay back to them, and they're putting it in their military, okay. And guess what? They've laid the wound right at you, all right. They've laid the wound to you because they're taking your money, all right. They're taking their investments. They're dumping their investments, and that money that they're getting, all right, they're putting it into their military, okay. All these precision artificial intelligence, and basically that's putting a strain on you. Okay, because now your budget, you got to put a lot into your budget, all right, into your military budget, and your money is funny, man. And the people are starving. Your people are starving, all right, and they're not benefiting. But these they have money, man. The Moabites, all right, and they're gonna destroy you ultimately. The red Hebrew Edomites, them in the confederacy of your allies and your own people. All right, because the scriptures say that the nation shall hate the whore. All right, let's go to real quick. There's the book of Revelation. Let's go to Revelation 9. This is Revelation 9 and 12. It says, one woe is past, and behold, there come two woes more hereafter. All right, and that woe is the World War III. It says, and the sixth angel sounded, and I heard a voice from the four horns of the golden altar, which is before the Most High, saying to the sixth angel, which had the trumpet, loose the four angels, which are bound in the great river Euphrates. And the four angels were loose, which were prepared for an hour, and a day, and a month, and a year, for to slay the third part of men. All right, and guess what? America, or Babylon the Great, is going to come into remembrance in this third world war. All right, by what? Nuclear destruction. And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000, and I heard the number of them. And thus I saw horses in the vision, and them that sat on them, having breastplates of fire, and of Jenkinson and brimstone, and the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions, and out of their mouth issued fire and smoke and brimstone. And that fire and smoke and that brimstone, that's going to be what destroys America. Okay, it says, by these three was the third part of men killed, by the fire and by the smoke and by the brimstone which issued out of their mouth. And Babylon the Great is going to come into remembrance. It says, for their power is in their mouth and in their tails, for their tails were like unto serpents, and had heads, and with them they do hurt. And the rest of the men which were not killed by these plagues, yet repented not of the works of their hands, that they should not worship devils and idols of gold and silver and brass and stone and woods, which neither can see, nor hear, nor walk. Neither repented they of their murderers, nor of their sorceries, nor of their fornication, nor of their thefts. Okay, so once America's destroyed, they still not going to get it right. So guess what? The saints got to take the kingdom of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. And with that, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and salutations to you brothers that's pushing the word in sincerity and truth. Until the next episode, Shalom.